Ken stood frozen in the wheat field, his harvester idling behind him as the sky tore open with colors that didn't belong in nature. Purple and crimson lightning crackled across the Kansas sunset, and something metallic screamed through the atmosphere, trailing plasma fire. The craft, if it could be called that, slammed into the earth 200 meters away. Ken's instinct told him to run, but his legs carried him forward instead. 23 years of farm life had taught him that when something fell from the sky on your property, you investigated it before the government showed up. The ship was smooth, obsidian dark and shaped like a teardrop frozen mid-fall. As Ken approached, a seam of light split its surface and two figures emerged through the hissing vapor. They were warriors. That much was obvious from their bearing, their armor, and the way their eyes swept the perimeter with calculated precision. They were also unmistakably alien, 7 feet tall with skin that shimmered like mother of pearl, faces that were almost human but not quite, with eyes too large and irises that swirled like miniature galaxies. Sisters, Ken realized, noting their identical features despite different armor colors. One silver, one gold. The one in silver locked eyes with him. For a moment that stretched like taffy, neither moved. Then she strode forward with purpose, her sister following. "You," the silver-armored warrior said in perfect English, though her voice carried harmonics no human throat could produce. "I choose him." "Zara, no," her sister protested. "We cannot involve the indigenous." "We're out of options, Lyra." Zara turned back to Ken, studying him with an intensity that made him feel like a book being speed-read. "Human male. You have questions. I have answers. But first, do you have shelter? The solar storm that drove us here will arrive in 17 minutes. Your planet's magnetosphere will survive, but anything electronic will not." Ken blinked. The old barn. Stone foundation, metal roof, no computers, he pointed. "But what?" "Move," Lyra commanded. And suddenly Ken found himself jogging toward the barn, 2 alien warrior women flanking him like Secret Service agents. Inside the musty structure, Zara immediately began pulling strange devices from her armor, placing them in corners while muttering in a language that sounded like music played backward. Lyra stood guard at the door, a weapon appearing in her hand that looked like it was made from crystallized starlight. "Okay," Ken said, catching his breath. "Someone want to explain why an alien just chose me?" Zara straightened, her expression grave. "We are Valorians from the Andrasta system. Our patrol ship was caught in a stellar eruption while tracking Kreth raiders near your sun. The electromagnetic pulse damaged our vessel beyond immediate repair." She gestured to her sister. "Valorian law is ancient and absolute. When warriors are stranded, they must secure a local guardian, someone to vouch for them, shelter them, and assist in their mission. And I'm the lucky winner? You were the first human we encountered. But..." Zara stepped closer, and Ken noticed her armor was cracked along the shoulder, blue blood seeping through. "I sensed something when I saw you. Humans have a quality we've rarely encountered in our galaxy-spanning service." "What's that?" "Defiance," Lyra answered from the doorway. "Your species should not have survived your own evolution. Your world tried to kill you with ice and predators. Your bodies are fragile. You have no natural weapons, no thick hides, no venom. Yet you conquered your planet anyway. You looked at the universe's cruelty and said no." Outside, the sky began to pulse with unnatural light. The solar storm was arriving. "The Kreth are coming," Zara continued. "They followed us. 3 hunters, maybe 4. They see Earth as undefended, primitive. They'll harvest what they want. Technology, resources, people, and leave." Her galactic eyes fixed on Ken. "Unless we stop them." Ken felt something shift in his chest. His grandfather had stormed Normandy. His mother had fought cancer for 5 years and won. The wheat outside grew because his family had refused to let the Dust Bowl break them. "What do you need?" he asked. Zara smiled, a warrior's smile, sharp and fierce. "I knew I chose correctly." She touched her bracer, and a hologram materialized, showing the farm, the surrounding area, and 4 red dots converging. "We need time. 6 hours to repair our communication array and call for reinforcement. The Kreth will arrive in 1. "This is insane," Ken muttered, then laughed. "I was just going to harvest wheat today." "Now you'll harvest something more valuable," Lyra said, turning from the door. For the first time, she smiled at him. "Human courage. It's legendary in some parts of the galaxy, you know. Stories tell of humans who fought gods and monsters with nothing but stubbornness and improvised weapons." "HFY," Zara said, testing the word. We learned your internet term. Humanity, fuck yeah. It's crude, but accurate. Ken looked around the barn, at the old tractor, the tools, the diesel drums, the fertilizer stores. His mind began working. Farm boy ingenuity meeting alien crisis. Okay, you can't use electronics because of the storm, right? Neither can they. Correct. Then we fight dirty. Human dirty. Ken grinned. Welcome to Earth, ladies. Let me show you how farmers deal with varmints. The solar storm hit like a hammer of light. Outside, the aurora borealis danced over Kansas for the first time in recorded history. And in that barn, a human farmer and 2 alien warriors prepared for battle using tripwires, fertilizer bombs, and the kind of desperate ingenuity that had carried humanity from caves to stars. When the Kreth arrived, they expected easy prey. They found Earth instead.